Welcome back to the Dynasty that combines AI influence to the extreme. If you weren't here the last episode, our team is anchored by TJ Bush, Jordan Shipp, and Jaden Patterson. All transfer portal additions beside Jordan Shipp. Gio Lopez will be our starting quarterback. He's an 86 overall. Kaliki Wilkins may end up making an appearance, though, depending on how Lopez does. He is very much on a short leash. Justice Busby is going to be our starting running back. The elusive bruiser out of Kansas City is definitely going to develop in the UNC system. He can only get a little bit faster, but when you think of UNC, you think of running backs. Lots of running backs in the NFL. Previously, even last year, having Amarian Hampton go to the league, Javen Gordon, who we brought in through the transfer portal. The only reason I have Busby starting over Gordon is because he has a higher development trait. Gordon will most likely be our third down running back as well. Jordan Shipp, who is already on the team, up to an 88 after training results. Noah Rogers, a very much needed portal addition. Emeka Armit, another freshman, and he is a North Carolina native, going to be a very solid receiver for us. Jake Johnson will be the tight end. Offensive line sees another freshman starter in Parker Lawrence. TJ Bush Jr., as I explained, anchors the defense, along with Derek Simmons on the other side. We're going to have a couple freshman linebackers starting, headlined by Patrick McQuarters, and Demetrius Butts and Russell Speed will most likely make appearances as freshman corners as well. Peyton Waters is going to be our starting free safety, and Jaden Patterson will most likely be playing in the box. Greg Smith will play up top. And the team is definitely very young and unexperienced, but the schedule does not make it easy. We face ranked 25 Boise State and Texas Tech, both in this episode. Texas Tech is ranked inside the top 15. We get a tune-up game in UConn next time, and then we play Miami, Duke, and Notre Dame, all three ranked. Get Syracuse, and then we take on Clemson, ranked 5, and then we also get Louisville. So that's 7 ranked matchups to start, or to basically start the season, and then towards the end of the season as well.
You know, most college coaches, they want that soft launch, right?
Yeah.
You schedule an XCS opponent, you score 50, everyone feels good. But based on this breakdown from the Coastline Collective, Luther Beaumont is not getting one of those.
Not even close. What he's getting is a mirror held up to the entire program on day one.
It's the Boise State problem.
Yeah.
And the sources are calling them the worst possible debut opponent.
And they're right to.
I mean, I see why. It's not just that they're ranked 25th, it's how they play. It feels like a stylistic nightmare for a young UNC team.
Exactly. Think of Boise State as just a cinder block. They're not flashy. They couldn't care less about hype.
Right.
But they are so disciplined. The Coastline Collective really hits on this. Boise feasts on your mistakes. If you're out of position for a split second, they find it.
And UNC has a lot of new out there, new schemes, and more worryingly, true freshmen in some really key spots.
Which brings us to the offense.
Yeah, that Beaumont promise. It's high octane, sure, but reading through the tactical notes, it sounds incredibly high risk for week 1.
It is.
You've got Gio Lopez at quarterback, and Justice Busby, a true freshman, at running back. But the thing the sources flagged that really stood out was that this scheme doesn't try to hide the quarterback.
No, it does the opposite. It puts him on an island. You know, a lot of modern offenses, they use max protection. They keep tight ends in. They use running backs to help block.
Just to make the QB comfortable.
Right, to give him time. Beaumont wants 5 receivers out on the route.
Which spreads the defense out, I get that. But it also means if Boise brings one extra guy,
there is nobody there to pick him up. It's on the quarterback. He is the hot read. He has to diagnose it and get the ball out, like, instantly.
It's a total stress test. And the analysis suggests Boise knows this.
Oh, they know. They're going to bring blitzes specifically designed to test that freshman, Busby, in pass protection.
To see if he can even identify the blitzer.
Exactly. Can he see it, and can he get a block on him? If he misses just one, or if Lopez panics when he feels that pressure, This offense is going to stall out fast.
It feels like you're playing poker, but with your cards face up. You're just betting your raw talent is better than their discipline.
And that is the gamble. If it pays off, Luther Beaumont looks like a genius.
But if it doesn't,
If it doesn't, you're going 3 and out over and over again, which is a complete disaster because of what's happening on the other side of the ball.
okay, let's go there. The defense, the report was pretty blunt. Thin defensive tackles and rookie linebackers. That terrifies me.
It should. In football, thin is a code word for not having the big bodies to rotate.
So by the fourth quarter, your starters are gassed.
Totally gassed. And the analysis says Boise's entire game plan will likely be just to run right at the interior of that line again and again and again.
Just lean on them until they crack.
And with freshman linebackers behind them, it's all about gap integrity.
Yeah.
You know, if a linebacker takes one false step, just one,
That's the hole.
that's the hole. And a team like Boise will run right through it for 40 yards.
But, and this is a big but, the sources did point to one equalizer, one guy who can maybe flip this whole thing on its head. T.J. Bush Jr.
The X factor. And the analysis was really clear about this. He can't just be good, he has to wreck the game.
What does that actually mean, though?
It means he can't just be a solid edge rusher who gets a few sacks. He needs to be living in their backfield, disrupting handoffs, forcing fumbles, basically creating chaos before the play can even develop.
So if the interior of the line is the shield and it's weak, he has to be the sword.
That's it. He has to kill plays before that weakness in the middle even gets tested. The source basically says that's the condition for victory. If Bush isn't completely dominant, Boise will control the clock, keep that UNC offense on the sidelines, and just grind out a win.
It really all comes down to belief then, doesn't it? That was the final takeaway I got. This first game isn't about rankings or polls.
No.
It's about whether that locker room holds together if they get punched in the mouth right at the start.
That is the real danger here. When you run a system this risky, a system that exposes your young players, you need 100% buy-in.
And if it doesn't work, if Lopez is on his back all night and the run defense is getting gashed,
does the team still trust the vision?
Yep.
Or does that little bit of doubt start to creep in? That's when things can fall apart.
a true trial by fire.
Yeah.
So, I want to leave you with one final thought to mull over. We talked about this offense being built to expose the quarterback, to accelerate his growth. If that's the case, is this program prioritizing long-term development over actually winning this specific game? And if the result on Saturday is ugly, do you think the fans will have the patience to tell the difference?
So that is a little bit of the insight of what AI think is going to happen. And I can't say that they're wrong. Their defense is definitely stacked with a good secondary, and Isaac Terrell is no joke for sure. He's probably going to put Lopez on his back a couple times. It's whether we can make any sense of it and make adjustments to it. And they did it also explain that we're running a different offensive scheme than UNC normally doesn't use. They normally use a run the ball, just pound it down your throat type of offense. Now, what the AI told me to run with Beaumont's offense was a explosive predatory offense where it basically means you run a lot of tempo, a lot of 5 wide, and then the same for the defense. They wanted a lot of man coverage and a lot of blitzes. Now, typically, that's not the way I play. I like to run the ball a lot, and I do like throwing the ball, but I'm going based off of what the AI said. It's what the AI wants me to do, and that being the fact, I'm going to have... It's going to take some time for me to adjust. I do like to run a lot of zone coverage, so part with me there if you can. Now, as we're finishing up ordering the depth chart, we do have to explain, the type of just players that Boise State has. I was going over them while that podcast was playing, but Max Cutforth is their quarterback. Dylan Riley and Lucky Sutton are their running backs. Cameron Bates, Gavin Packer are both their top 2 receivers. Matt Wagner is tight end number 1. Isaac Terrell, as I did explain, is their defensive captain. And then they have free safety Kamari Ramsey, who is a USC transfer who is very fantastic. He had 3 interceptions last year. I was going over his stats while that was playing in the background. Definitely going to be a difference maker. And let's get this one underway in Boise. We will be kicking off, and we are underway for this new college football season. The return man will take it, and he will be brought down at the 25-ish yard line. Max Cutforth, they've already played a game. He had 311 passing yards and 3 passing touchdowns. And it'll be Dylan Riley to start in the backfield. Cutforth will motion over Max Wagner. It will be a play-action play. He will check down to Wagner and breaking a tackle, and it looks to be a first down. And Sutton has checked into the game now for the first time. It will be a handoff to Sutton, cutting it up and breaking a tackle, and he's brought down for a gain of 10. Cutforth IDing the Mike linebacker. He will motion over Wagner once again. He will snap it, looking to pass, and it's broken up. 4th down, and they would be forced to punt, looking for Wagner there. And they say that our top player is Justice Busby. Now, if we were running her traditional offense, probably. And we're going to hand it to Busby here for a gain of 4. His first carry in his collegiate career. Obviously, this marks a big day for a lot of freshmen, and it's going to be complete to Jordan Shipp, putting a spin cycle on him, trying to make another move, but he is brought down at the 45. Lopez will drop back to pass, finding Armand there for his first collision catch, and it's a gain of about 20. Great throw there from Lopez, although it did say it was red above his head, so we'll have to keep in mind his accuracy issues. Lopez will roll out, looking to run, and he will pick up another first down. UNC is looking like a well-oiled machine here so far on offense. He will find Shipp once again at trying to outrun his man to the corner. Shipp already has 2 catches on this opening drive. Lopez dropping back, looking for Armand, and he is short by 2 yards. Parker Lawrence was injured on the previous play. It's not Shipp, it's Noah Rogers to the outside, and he will score. Touchdown UNC. Just a little RPO there, and Lopez with a little sidearm action. Hopefully we can see a lot more of that. But so far, this UNC team is looking very good in the first quarter. Noah Rogers, just a little slip screen, and Armand throwing a block to get him into the end zone. Now, Boise State back in on offense. It'll be a handoff to Riley, and he's blown up. It's McCorders in the backfield. Definitely a good play for him, his first collegiate TFL. Now it'll be a completion underneath. Wagner breaking another tackle as he's finally pushed out of bounds. Another first down for Boise State. Now it'll be a play action. Cutforth, intercepted. Greg Smith. He's running it back. 20, 10. He will not be caught. Touchdown, UNC. Red his eyes all the way and crowning himself king. What a play from Greg Smith. One of the lower safeties that I did not expect to be making a start here, but here he is, under pressure, just being crushed in the backfield, and he throws a double-covered pass. Very, very bad mistake there from Cutforth. And right back out is the Boise State offense, as it'll be a handoff to the receiver. And I think that was Bates on the touch pass, as it's going to be Cutforth dropping back to throw. He will step up and scramble, shaking off McQuarters, and he has a big gain up to the 45-yard line. Maybe an inch or two past, but Cutforth just battling adversity as he will drop back to throw again, finding Wagner, who seemed to be his favorite target. Never mind. That was number 84, Gavin Pack, with the reception. This is going to be a handoff to Lucky Sutton for a gain of 8. Very, very interesting style of plays. It's 3rd and 1. It's going to be a quarterback sneak, and he is going nowhere. And that was the situational pass rusher. Once again, Sidney New or Rangaro. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. As they would go for it on 4th down, and Matt Wagner would come up with his 5th reception so far, and it is a 1st down. Lucky Sutton gets the carry to end the 1st quarter. It will remain 14-0 Tar Heels going into the 2nd. It's 2nd and 9 for the Boise State Broncos at the start of the 2nd. Cutforth will drop back to pass, finding his man over the middle. I believe that was Bates once again, and it is 3rd and 1. They will try the sneak once again, but this time does not go in UNC's favor. It converts. 2nd and goal now. It'll be a handoff to Riley. And he is stuffed in the backfield. Patrick McQuarters has been all over the field so far here in Boise. Cutforth in the 5 wide. Will drop back to pass, finding his man. It's Bates to the outside, but they would be forced to settle for a field goal. UNC's offense back on the field. It's Lopez, and it'll be a handoff to Busby. I do have them rotating. As I explained, Busby is the running back on this play. It's going to be a dropped pass from Jordan Shipp on the outside. Very unfortunate. Could have made a conversion on the drive, but it will not happen as it's a sack. Nick Turskin, his first sack in his collegiate career. On the blitz, and it's quickly 3rd and 18 for the Broncos. Cutforth with Sutton in the backfield, will motion over his receiver, Packer. He will drop back. Immediate pressure up the middle as it's nearly intercepted, swatted away. And it'll be a punt. 3 minutes and 50 left to go in the half. It'll be a screen pass. Busby has it for a gain of 7. Lopez is not, he hasn't looked terrible. It's going to be him up the middle for a 1st down. Lopez finished 7 of 8 with almost 100 yards in the 1st quarter as he is sacked there by Isaac Terrell. Goodness gracious, thrown to the turf ferociously. And it's a blitz, but he finds Armit on the throw, but he is injured. Gio Lopez is down. And that means Wilkins will have to come in the game. He is up to an 81 overall. The question is, can he convert this 3rd down as it's broken up? And Lopez has bruised ribs, will return soon. We'll have to see how that goes. We'll keep Wilkins in the game for now. We'll see if we can hear something on him later as TJ Bush Jr., what a hustle play. He went from the right side of the formation all the way to the left for the TFL. And he will drop in coverage. It's going to go his way, it looks, and it's a great play in coverage. For a defensive end to drop out in coverage and cover a tight end perfectly is fantastic. Lopez will return to the game as it's a good carry for Busby for a gain of 11. It'll be Lopez looking, has Johnson open, but overshot him. And that would take us to the 2-minute warning. Lopez mad at himself for that one as he could have potentially had a big gainer on his hands. And he would wind up, but he would get hit by Isaac Sorrell once again. And that would be forced to punt for UNC. Back to Boise State is it's a completion to the outside to Bates for a gain of 7. They would end up calling a timeout and motion out Riley. Looking over the middle, has his man Bates. Bates turning on the Jets up to the 30-yard line. What a play from Bates. Now Cutforth in the backfield, joined by Riley once again. Looking, it'll be to Packer, and he only gains about 5. 1:04 left to go. He will motion over Wagner. It will be play action. Looking, firing to Wagner, just too slow for McQuarters to get there, and read it way too late, and now it's up to the 5-yard line. It's going to be play action on the blitz. It's Blanco on the reception. Touchdown, Boise State. Greg Blanco, the fullback, rarely gets a catch, but when he does, it's most likely in these situations. Greg Blanco makes it 10-14 for the Boise State Broncos. I mean, great play design. Was able to identify the blitz, and very good check call by Cutforth. Lopez rolling, and it'll be thrown away as there is a flag. I think it's going to be a holding call. It is going to be on Ellis, I believe. And that would be the truth. The left guard is called for holding. They say there could be a holding call on every play. And there was one on that one there. What a throw from Gio Lopez. The back shoulder on the wheel route to Armand. Beautiful throw. It'll be a handoff to Gordon. Gordon cutting back to the middle. And it's up past the midfield logo. In the hurry up now. Lopez will play action. Looking, and he is sacked. Sterling Lane III would take us to the end of the half. It is 14-10. The offense has not looked terrible, but it has stalled out after the first 2 drives. I will say that much. And we will get the ball to start. It will be Fields Jr. back to return. He gets a good return. Had a little bit of a crease there, but cannot make it happen. It is quickly a 3rd and 8. Lopez going to drop back to throw. Looking for Armand, and it's a great throw, even under pressure. Isaac Terrell and the rest of that defensive line has been a murdering spree. And a good carry here for Busby. Absolutely just stiff-arming a guy to the ground. Lopez will play fake. Rolling back to the right. Looking, and it's lofted and intercepted by the Mike linebacker. It looks to be Craig Simmons on the play. Great play by the Mike. And that throw, if we go back to it, it is just very much slightly lofted. I was expecting the post to be run a little bit deeper at an angle, and Lopez just lofted it. Am I blaming Lopez for my mistake? Yeah. Don't judge me, please. 3rd and 14, they convert after a sack. Not great there. And it's 1st down. Going to be play action. Finding, it looks to be Suda Swift, the true freshman tight end. And what a game there. What a spin move. What a spin move. I'm less speechless from that. It's a good carry for Riley. And on that previous play, Matt Wagner was injured. So we'll see if he's all right. But Cameron Bates has taken over the offense and up past the 5 to the 3. What a great... That was just a really good route. And very much good effort. It's a good play by Patterson to tackle the screen. Touchdown saving tackle there. As it's 3rd and goal. Riley in the backfield. It'll be a drop back. Looking, lofting, Bates, touchdown. Perfect touch and throw there from Cutforth. And what a play. Cameron Bates just outspeeds the corner. I think that's our number 1 corner. Matter of fact, it may be Demetrius Butts out there. So, to start the drive, it'll be a pass out to... It would be a pass out to Busby. And Lopez is going to audible here. It'll be a handoff to Busby. Busby has a lane. Busby to the outside, and he is tackled. If the receiver had picked up a block, he could have potentially sprung that one for even more. As Lopez will check it down to Johnson. Johnson speeding for a first down. First down once again for Lopez. Dropping back to throw. Will find Ship for a gain of 6. Lopez will motion out Gordon. He will drop back to pass. Going to drop it off to Gordon. Gordon, beautiful spin move out of the tackle. And what a play there from the backup running back, Gordon. It's going to be a cut up from Busby for a gain of 7. Now, Lopez will drop back to pass. Looking for Johnson, but it's swatted away. And Coach Beaumont is going to leave him out there, and it's a throw. Touchdown. And Mika Armand, his first collegiate touchdown in his career. What a play for Armand. And what a play for Lopez to escape that, just escape the pressure and deliver under pressure. And now, back on offense, it's 21-17. Dropping back, Cutforth, rolling, and finding his receiver, it's Packer. Past the swatting hand of Patterson. What a throw by Cutforth. Has looked very good since the pick 6 he's thrown. And it's Sutton on the reception for a gain of about 13. Up to the 4. 1st and goal. Cutforth will drop back to pass. Looking, scrambling, and finding his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Boise State. Max Cutforth has looked very good since the interception. And 3 total touchdowns now on the day. I mean, he has looked fantastic. And now Lopez has a chance to respond. Going to drop back to pass. Looking for his slant, and it's Armand on the catch. Or no, it's Rogers on the catch. But it doesn't matter anyways. It's a flag on Rogers for illegal touching. I didn't really see any battling for the ball, but UBU game as Isaac Terrell unblocked, and it's going to be a fumble. Return for a touchdown. Fumble 6. And now it's a 10-point deficit. And now we just got to wonder how the players will battle as it's a deep ball. Looking for Armand there. And it's 4th and 10. If they don't get it here, do you have to wonder what is going through the mind? And it's another pressured play for Lopez. He's been absolutely murdered in the backfield. And if they don't stop him here, what's the chances of them even coming back to win? North Carolina may be in jeopardy. Is this going to be a slant to Cameron Bates for another first down? It's going to be a handoff to Riley. Riley has space. Riley fighting his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Boise State. And just like that, what was a close game, a 3-point game, is now a 17-point game. Lopez dropping back to pass. Will find Johnson. Johnson making a nifty move for a first down. What a play. 1st and 20. Jake Johnson. Beautiful. And I just now noticed that it's not Gio Lopez in the game. It's Kaliki Wilkins throwing a dime. What a play from Wilkins to Armand. What a play. Behind the back of everybody. And it's going to be another pass. This time to Jordan Shipp for another first down. 1st and goal. It's going to be play action. Good pickup by Busby. Just cannot hold the block long enough. And Parker Lawrence, our freshman guard, former 5-star, is down. So he needs the attention. And 2nd and goal. It's another incompletion. Lawrence, bruised ribs, will return soon. I noticed that there has been a lot of injuries, but why does it matter when you have Jake Johnson celebrating in the end zone? Back down to a 10-point lead for Boise. North Carolina is fighting here in this game. And it's not quite over just yet. Johnson on a great corner route. Good throw from Wilkins leads to a 10-point deficit still. It's going to be a handoff to Riley on 2nd and 9. And it's only 3 yards, so they need to pick this up here. If they don't, UNC has another chance to score. Cutforth dropping back to pass. Will find his man, but he is dropped. And it is now up to North Carolina and Kaliki Wilkins. He'll start with the drive with a pass. Looking for Busby. A great throw and a great catch to start the drive. Wilkins will drop back to pass once again. Looking deep for Shipp. Had a step for a moment and it's off his hands. 2nd and 10. Dropping back. Wilkins. What a throw! In between 3 defenders. Jeez. Now, before the 2-minute warning, looking, finding his man, it's Armand. Armand up to 30, and that's the 2-minute timeout. What a play, or what a sequence of plays. Wilkins looking, dropping back, wants it all. It's Noah Rogers in the end zone. Got his mitts on the ball, but cannot secure it. Wilkins trying to make a hot route, it seems, and he finally gets it off. Gonna look that way. Lofting and intercepted. Kamari Ramsey with the interception. If that has a little bit more air under it, we could be talking about a different game. But that would pretty much seal it. And that would end up the final score 38-28. I think we battled very well. But I think the fact that we're very inexperienced, and the fact that Gio Lopez was not good, that Cutforth just battled back from adversity, credit to him, but Lopez wasn't good. Wilkins didn't look great, did throw another interception at the end of the game to absolutely seal it after the Ramsey interception. Busby actually didn't look terrible. If we weren't down by points towards the end, I think I would have gave him a little bit more carries. I mean, Armand was fantastic with a touchdown. Johnson had a touchdown. 4 for 49 for Jordan Shipp. Noah Rogers had a touchdown. The pressure on Lopez and Wilkins was not good. Defensively, McQuarters was all over the place. We had a sack from Turskin and the one interception from Greg Smith. Now let's get into the other roster we're going to be playing. The Texas Tech Red Raiders. Here is the Texas Tech's Red Raiders team. Justin Scott and Keith Abney, both transfers. They have a 90 wide receiver in Micah Hudson. And their quarterback is Brad Jackson. 81 overall, playing up to an 83 with the boost. Quentin Joyner, played him before in my Marshall series. Cedric Alexander, former Vanderbilt running back. And then we have Coy Eakin and Kelby Vaslin. And then Trey Jackson is the tight end. The defense doesn't look too awful to face, but they do have Justin Scott in the middle, 92 overall. I mean, the linebackers look pretty weak. I mean, they have a will linebacker, John Curry, but Keith Abney, the transfer out of, ASU, Arizona State, and then they have Brian Nelson, who always enters the transfer portal in this game. And Chapman Lewis at strong safety. We'll have to keep in mind what happens there. I mean, it's definitely a good team, but I don't know if our receivers are going to be able to get open against their top three corners, especially Keith Abney. I mean, he's a 95, definitely league bound, especially if we're talking about real life presence. He is one of the best corners in the nation. Definitely going to be going to the NFL, but let's get this one underway from North Carolina. It is a sunny day, so hopefully we can get some good throws out of Gio Lopez. We'll have to see what he does. But nonetheless, let's get this one underway. We will be starting on offense, and Gio Lopez will remain the starting quarterback, although he is very much on even a shorter leash than he already was, as we see Micah Hudson and Jordan Shipp there. As we're going to start with a handoff to Busby, and he gets up to past the 45. A run of 30 yards to start the game. Guns blazing, as it's going to be a throw to Jordan Shipp for 10. Second and inches now. Lopez will be a handoff to Busby, running with intention. And that was a run of 10. He's already up to 2 carries for 40 yards already in this game. He will remain in the backfield. It'll be a play action throw over the middle to Armin, and it is first and goal. Armin, a catch of 20 there. Lopez will be keeping it. Lopez to the edge. He's in. Touchdown, North Carolina. Gio Lopez on the read option. Not something you see him pull out often. Not something you really prepare for in your game plan, but what a call by the offensive coordinator there, Freddie Kitchens. Now on offense for the first time, Texas Tech, as it'll be Eakins in motion. It's going to be an RPO out to Hudson for a gain of 11. Brad Jackson, we'll see how he does. He has a little bit of legs on him. It's going to be a handoff to Quentin Joyner, cutting it back up the middle for a gain of 9. Very interesting team this is. Obviously, they built through the portal a lot last year previously. So it's going to be a handoff to Alexander, and he gets lit up. Greg Smith there with the tackle. 2nd and 9 now. Alexander will remain in the backfield. Jackson will drop back to throw. Looking to the outside. It's intercepted. It is Peyton Waters on the coverage. And will he take it all the way? He will. It's a touchdown. Very unexpected there. I didn't expect Brad Jackson to test Peyton Waters, one of our best defensive players, so early. But quickly, it's going to be 14-0 once again. Very similar situation. It just happens way earlier than the Boise State game. And as we look back at this throw, it's just a lofted ball. The receiver didn't even really have his head turned. Very, very interesting decision. But nonetheless, we will take it. 14-0 now. Texas Tech back on offense. Jackson will hand it off to Alexander, and he's going nowhere. Patrick McQuarters finishing off the tackle there. 2nd and 10 now. Dropping back to pass. It's going to be a completion and a first down. That looks to be Vaslin. As it's going to be a handoff to Joyner, and he's going to lose 2. on that carry. Now, it'll be a play action for Jackson. And it's a great throw over the middle, and it's an even better catch. Once again, that's Vaslin. And that's a first down for Texas Tech. It's going to be over the middle again. Vaslin with another reception. Quickly developing into a problem for this North Carolina defense. This is going to be a read option, but Jackson going nowhere. Read all the way. The running back Joyner has checked back into the game once again. This is going to be a completion underneath, breaking a tackle in a spin move. That is tight end Trey Jackson. Definitely an interesting player. He's a redshirt freshman. As it's going to be a handoff to Joyner, who cuts up a hole that was very non-existent. Great vision by the running back Joyner, but this time going nowhere. And their best offensive lineman Ethan Davis goes down there, but they're going to leave the offense out. And it's going to be a handoff. Joyner basically untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas Tech Red Raiders. Very, very interesting play. And on the ensuing kickoff, we would end up fumbling. So Texas Tech back on offense once again. As it's going to be an RPO intercepted. Patrick McCorders read it. Down the sideline, past the 30, past the 40, past the 50. And it is looking like he's going to get caught by Micah Hudson. But what a play for the freshman linebacker. Jackson once again making a questionable read. It even looked like the running back had a hole. But Patrick McCorders just cutting that passing lane off. It looked to be man coverage. And just right there. And just like that, we're almost in the red zone on offense. It's going to be a drop back. Lopez looking to the outside. It's Noah Rogers for a first down. Now, in the empty, it's going to be a screen. Gordon out at the 1. 3rd and goal now. Lopez. Speed option. Lopez going to pitch it out to Gordon. Can he outspeed the corner? And he does. Touchdown, North Carolina. Javen Gordon getting his first touchdown as a Tar Heel. Honestly, a very interesting pickup. Trying to figure out how to get both of these running backs involved is definitely easier than it looks. Eakins there on the completion only gains 1, and Greg Smith goes down due to injury. Hopefully he's alright. Obviously been a great player so far in this dynasty. And it is a completion for a first down to Micah Hudson, and that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. It's 21-7. Going into the second. The defense has been playing fantastically. And basically, both of the touchdowns are courtesy of the defense off of the 2 turnovers forced. As it's going to be a handoff. Joyner being chased down by TJ Bush, but not before he picks up 9 yards, as it's going to be bruised ribs for Greg Smith. We'll see if he returns in this one. 2nd and 1. It's going to be an RPO. Complete. Spinning out of the tackle. Now down the sideline. Is he going to catch him? It does not look like it. Vaslin on the RPO. Touchdown Texas Tech. And now is a 7-point game. It's going to be Busby on the carry. Powering through a tackle at a gain of 7. Lopez has not looked terrible, as he's going to drop back to pass and find Ship over the middle for a first down. I mean, he's made some interesting throws, but he hasn't really had to air it out too much. But he's going to air it out here, lofted and intercepted. It is the second quarter. Bryce Pollock with the interception. That throw was just lofted ever so slightly. If he just bullets it to him, maybe it's not a completion, but it wouldn't be an interception, I don't think. just not a great throw. Lopez just doesn't have the throw power to get it there, but what a hit. Greg Smith back in the game and with purpose. Absolutely crushing Vaslin there. As it's going to be a play action finding Micah Hudson on the comeback route. And it is another first down, first and goal for Texas Tech. Trying to tie up this game here. 4 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the first half. And it was a keeper for Brad Jackson, but doubt he'll be doing that again as he got lit up. It's going to be completion. Underneath, breaking out of a tackle. It's Eakins. Touchdown, Texas Tech. Now let's see if Gio Lopez can bounce back from the interception. He's going to throw, and he doesn't bounce back from an interception. Throws one right back to him. And that may do it for Gio Lopez here. Not throwing the ball fantastically at all, as it's going to be a great block by Coy Eakins on the outside, and Greg Smith re-injures himself. Not good. Most of the time when that happens, it's a serious injury. It's just going to be a fumble on the ground now, and it's recovered by North Carolina. Derek Simmons forcing the ball out. And back on offense now. It is not Gio Lopez in the game. It's Kaliki Wilkins getting the carry to the outside. So Lopez has been benched, and it's a broken collarbone for Greg Smith. That may end up doing the rest of his season. It's going to be 4th and 3 now. It's going to be completion. Very risky decision there by the head coach Beaumont. But it's going to be completion to the outside, and the drive will continue as Gordon picks up about 9. Looking to the outside, he has Johnson for a first down. And now that hits the 2-minute warning. Wilkins delivering a great throw to Armid for another first down up to the 31-ish yard line, I would say. And a good carry for Busby, and now they're threatening to the red zone. Wilkins looking, firing, finding Armid for first down. Trayvon Green, the injured recipient, the right tackle, as it's going to be a throw, touchdown, Jordan Shipp. First touchdown for him on the new season, and Kaliki Wilkins leads a great drive for the North Carolina Tar Heels, back up 7. Brad Jackson will hand it off to Joyner, and he's brought down for a gain of 2 in the hurry up now. Going to be going 5 wide now. Jackson will drop back, looking, firing, finding Trey Jackson. Jackson to Jackson on the completion. 3rd and 1. Brad Jackson will drop back. It'll be a fire to the outside. Hudson has space. Hudson breaking a tackle down to the 45-yard line. And they're not going to waste time. 1:05 left to go in the second. Jackson looking to the sideline for a play call. It'll be a drop back. Looking, firing, finding Trey Jackson for 7. And the clock will continue to run. Play action. Complete to Vaslin. And he already has 5 catches for 113 yards in this first half. He's been shredding our defense. Looking, and he is sacked. Going nowhere. And that looks to be Senadu Oriangaro. Hope I pronounced that right. Forgive me if I don't. But Brad Jackson on 3rd and 16 now. Looking, firing to the outside. It's caught, but out of bounds. And Texas Tech will be forced to kick a field goal. What do college kickers do? They miss to the outside. Wide left. And the kick is no good. And that would take us to halftime. It is 28-21. I think the offense has been doing its job. Gio Lopez needs to pull himself together, but he is not going to be returning in this game. Kaliki Wilkins has a chance to prove why he should be the starter. And Brad Jackson and the Texas Tech offense would start with the ball here. It's going to be a play fake. Over the middle, it's completion to Vaslin for a first down. Up past midfield now. In the I form, it's going to be a handoff to the outside. Alexander cutting it back in, but there is a flag. It's Eakins, it looks like, on a holding call. Or no, an illegal block in the back. So that would be an unfortunate mistake there on a good run. And it's Brad Jackson all the time in the world finding his running back to the outside. It's Joyner for about 5. Now, Jackson on 3rd and 1. We're going to bring a little bit of a blitz here. Will it pay off? It's going to be to the outside to the running back, Joyner. Breaking a tackle and up past the 35-yard line to the 32. Jackson making the right read so far here. As it's going to be a handoff to Joyner. Joyner has space up past the 5-yard line. Eakins would go down, but it is 1st and goal for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. It's going to be a handoff to Alexander, untouched. Touchdown, Texas Tech. And it is tied 28-all now. It's going to be Wilkins dropping back to pass, looking deep. No good, and it is going to be another 4th down, but Luther Beaumont wants to roll the dice again. Wilkins rolling out, and he is knocked down. No good on the 4th. And it is 1st down, Texas Tech. They have a chance to take the lead here. It's going to be a handoff. Joyner cutting it back inside for about a gain of 6, but Peyton Waters. So that's both of our starting high safeties. Free safety and starting strong safety. Because we are playing Patterson in the block, and in the box, and he almost gets there on the blitz, and that would be a good pass breakup. Zones flipped each and every way. Micah Hudson with the completion though, and it's a 1st down, and TJ Bush injured, our best player. I'm gonna have to lower the injury slider both teams have been decimated with injuries. Goodness gracious. As it's complete underneath to Trey Jackson. 4-7, and it's 3rd and 3. Brad Jackson will drop back to pass. Looking. All the time in the world is going to be a drop-off. Can Joyner get there? And he does. Absolutely destroying our number 1 corner's ankles. That is on the outside. I do believe that is Demetrius Butts, the true freshman, though. As it's going to be a play action. Looking, lofted, intercepted. And Russell Speedway ended up being injured on that last play. And it's going to be a handoff to Busby. So we've had a lot of freshmen. Oh my goodness. You've got to be kidding me. Knee cartilage tear? He's out for the season. Oh, that's not good. I'll have to see if we can medically redshirt him. This is only his 2nd game. But the team must play on as it's a completion to Johnson underneath. And Parker Lawrence is now injured. What in the world? I'm going to have to switch the sliders. There's so many injuries. It's Jamin Gordon has a good gain to the outside. Unfortunate, though. We lose TJ Bush Jr. potentially for the season. Looking, firing. Oh my goodness! What a catch! And Mika Armin. Did he get a foot down, though? Holy crap! This freshman's insane! What in the heck? As we look back at this throw is pinpoint over 2 defenders. But what a catch! Over just mossing 2 defenders. But the question is, will it be overturned? It is reviewed. I think half of his foot stepped out, but for the ball control was insane. And it would end up being overturned, unfortunately. It was still a fantastic catch. I don't know if I'll use that for the thumbnail or not, as it's going to be overthrown the next play. Ball doesn't lie, I guess. And it is intercepted. The outside slot corner, Brendan Jordan, who plays strong safety, but he's playing nickel today, as it's going to be a throw over the middle and a completion to Vaslin. He already has 7 catches for 154 yards. A little over 35 seconds to go. It's going to be a handoff to Joyner for a gain of 7. 25 seconds left to go in the third. Jackson will drop back to pass on the screen. Joyner has space, has blockers out in front. Joyner down the sideline, breaking a tackle, reversing field, and he's not going to be caught. Touchdown, Quentin Joyner. More power to you. I don't know how you could stand up that long. I bet you he's gassed, but what a play. Respect to him. But now we're down 7 points going into the fourth. Wilkins going to drop it off underneath to Busby, and he picks up about 15. Wilkins going to drop back. It's going to be a screen for Busby, cutting his way up for about 7, and it is 3rd and 3. Wilkins takes it himself, first down, and more, but Justin Scott now injured. Now, Wilkins dropping back to pass, has Johnson open. What a throw and what a catch. A Tampa 2 shell. And what a play. Johnson found the open look, and it is going to be tied 35-35. 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. I'll let the replay speak for itself. And now, Texas Tech, can they respond with a touchdown? Jackson will drop back to pass. All the time in the world, finally finds an open receiver. Guess who it is? It's Vaslin on the reception. 3rd and inches. He got tackled by McQuarters, but not before a first down on the quarterback sneak. 2nd and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Joyner for about 6-ish yards. And it's going to be a direct snap to Joyner, but he's going nowhere. The defense was prepared. A couple injuries, though. It's Derek Simmons down as well. Very, very unfortunate. But North Carolina back on offense. It's going to be completion underneath Noah Rogers for a gain of 6. After a penalty, it is 3rd and 13. It's going to be a handoff to Busby. Did he get there? They say he does. And now Miles McCabe, injured now. Going to be a throw. What a catch. It's a guess who? Emeka Ahmed, one of the, if not the best freshmen on the team. It's going to be a handoff. Busby, first down. He already has 100 yards, and Gordon checks into the game now. Looking, rolling, firing, and it's a catch. Jordan Shipp down the field. Reversing. What a throw from Wilkins. Standing, just rolling out, stops on a dime, and then just delivers a throw. Wow. As it's going to be a handoff to Gordon. Gordon making a man miss. Gordon still on his feet, fighting to the 1-yard line. And Gordon gets the carry now. Touchdown, North Carolina. Javid Gordon silencing the Texas Tech sideline. Wow. What a drive. The offense is clicking now. And what a juke move by Coy Eakin. Holy moly. And wow, that's a big loss for them. Vaslin was injured on the previous play, as it's going to be a catch for the number 1 receiver, Micah Hudson. He hasn't really done that much compared to Vaslin. It's going to be in motion, handoff to Joyner, and he's going nowhere. Peyton Waters re-injured, potentially a severe injury. As it's going to be a throw, finding his man down the sideline, and he's finally brought down. That was Vaseline back in the game. And wow, what a stiff arm. Holy smokes. And it's now 42-42 with a great throw. We only need a field goal to win, and guess who? And Mika Armid with another great reception in his first 2 games in his collegiate career. Firing down the field, intercepted, looking for Armid again. That is Chapman Lewis, the number 1 safety. And now all Texas Tech needs is to win with the field goal. It's going to be a handoff. Great juke move from Alexander, and Patrick McCorders now is injured. Oh my goodness, the injuries are insane. First down and 10. It's going to be a completion to Eakins. In the hurry up now. What will he do? Brad Jackson, 5 wide, looking now. Going to drop back. Firing. Right there. I may have said that a little prematurely, but hey. Let's see what he does now. Jackson looking. Firing. Intercepted. What a play. And who is it? That's my question. We'll have to check the stats after the game. I'm still learning the team. Down the field. He has a man with a step, and it's a catch. 12 seconds left to go. What a catch. It's Noah Rogers. And it's a carry for Busby. 8 seconds. The kick is up, and it's good. 45-42. And now Texas Tech needs a miracle. 2 seconds left after the kickoff. I don't even know if Brad Jackson has the arm strength to get it down there. Dropping back. He's going to launch it, and it is knocked down. Your North Carolina Tar Heels have taken down a top 10 team. Wow. A upset victory. All thanks to a quarterback switch in Kaliki Wilkins. He's going to be the starter going the next week. I mean, we won a game with him at the helm. A ranked game. Granted, it was at home, but he made some unimaginable throws. He has more arm strength than Gio Lopez does. Is that the reason he's succeeding? I don't know. But we take home the W by 3 points. What an offensive showing. And Kaliki Wilkins really brought it to the promised land. 300 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 2 interceptions for Gio Lopez. Gordon had 2 touchdowns. Lopez did have the 1 running touchdown. Jake Johnson would end up getting injured down the stretch. And Mika Armid, great game for him, even though he didn't have a touchdown. Ship had a touchdown. I mean, overall, the offense was clicking. McCorders was all over the field. Oyegaro got a sack. I mean, Derek Simmons got a sack. The 4 interceptions. The strong safety Butts, Javen Butts, and then Orangaro got an interception. Patrick McCorders got an interception, and Peyton Waters got an interception. The defense was clicking. With that being said, let's get to this verse of the day. And our verse is Psalms 73:26. My health may fail, and my spirit may grow weak, but God remains the strength of my heart. He is mine forever. Hope y'all enjoyed this one. I'm DW, signing off. Have a blessed day.